All right, we appreciate Mike from Zaleski Sports helping us out with the audio here early on, but we are just about set here from Cottrell Field in Hatton Memorial Stadium. Top of the first just underway. I had a whole pregame scripted. I was talking, but there was no audio levels for us, so apologies, but should be good to go. Comment on the YouTube if you hear along, and we are just about set here from New London, Wisconsin. It's the Angels and the Clippers. Top of the first underway as the first pitch comes here from Chesky. First pitch of ball here, and we are underway on a Wednesday night. Sun setting here. It's been hot all week long. That's the second pitch in there for strike one. Confirmation from Mike. Thank you, Mike, helping me out here. My first solo broadcast with Zaleski Sports as I'll be covering the Kaukauna Angels all game long. 1-1 pitch here from Chesky in there for strike number two. So Chesky on the mound for the Clips so far and making his appearance today. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one a dribbler to the second baseman, Tenhaken. Makes the play over there for out number one. Good at bat for McCoy Luno for the Angels, but a ground out to Tenhaken to Dorsey for the first out. So now we'll step in Chase Otradovic for the Angels as first pitch hacking right up the gut, but a nice backhand again from Tenhaken as he makes the play right back to Dorsey for out number two. So pretty quick first out and a quicker second out as we have two away here in the top of the first. Clippers making light work here at the top of the order for the Angels. 4-3 for both outs. Steps up Brady Schwalbach. Chesky's first pitch of the third batter here for the Angels on the way. Here's a high pop out to left field and foul ground. Makes the play in foul territory for out number three. So quick 1-2-3 inning here for the Clips as we will send it to the bottom of the first. 1-2-3 inning, 3 up, 3 down, and you are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, and we'll send it to the bottom of the first.
Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Welcome back to New London, Wisconsin here. We're getting set.
As an educator, a coach, and a volunteer for a number of seasons in a number of sports.
We welcome you back to New London, Wisconsin here. We're getting set for the bottom half of the first.
Always count on for a story, a joke, or a smile.
And we'll get you set here for the lineups here. I didn't get to the lineups for the top of the first, but for the bottom of the first. The lineup for the Clippers offense, it's Tenhaken, Brett Marquardt, Adamovich, Dorsey, Heisey. And then we have Deschanef, Selsky, Rice, and Meyer. Then left to right for the Angels defense, Van Rossum in the outfield, Luno in center, Schwalbach in right, and then in the infield from left to right, Gates, Moss, Hawk, Otradovic. Behind the dish is Durant, and on the mound for Kaukauna is Mums. Calvin Mums for the Angels. I believe we didn't see him on Saturday.
Congratulations.
But he will make his debut today here. Again, I didn't get to get the pregame, but thank you to Mike from Zaleski Sports for helping out. We got the audio figured out, and glad he could join us here on a Wednesday night for American Legion baseball. So 3 up, 3 downing, 3 up, 3 down inning in the top of the first if you missed it. And now we will see what the bottom of the first has in store with the New London offense. And like I said, the number 15 Calvin Mums for the Angels on the mound.
You've seen him everywhere.
Logan Tenhaken leading it off for the Clips. But some things in the intro I said, and I'll be covering Kaukauna all season long. We saw them in the Wisconsin Rapids tournament on Saturday and just had some high-scoring games. They went 2-0 on the year. Both of these teams come in with 5 wins on the season. The Angels sit at 5-1, the Clippers at 5-2. So both seek win number 6 today on the season.
Dave, okay, so
I also
this
said,
one's for you.
I said on Saturday as well in the muted intro, but the Angels had the late start to their season because Division I champions. No better way to finish their season, close out the year than state champions, especially in the highest division in WIA baseball. But so honored to be, I'll be covering them the rest of the summer here as we are quickly less than a month away from the state tournament already. That will be in late July into early August. But we are just about set here for the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch from Mums, bottom of the first underway. The pitch foul tip back in there for strike 1.
Logan Tenhaken.
Logan Tenhaken in for the Clippers, looking to start off the bottom of the first here for New London. Obviously, like I said, Mums on the mound. Trying to do what Chesky did on the mound for the Clips, but here's the one sent to the third baseman. Gates, the bobble, and the second effort's from Most. He's going to keep it right in his pocket. And it's going to go down as an E5 to get the first runner on for the Clips here today.
Next up for the Clips, center fielder number 1, Brett Marquardt.
So E5 to get Tenhaken on as he is aboard now first. It steps up Brett Marquardt. As Tenhaken gets his lead over at first, here's the pitch from Mums. High pop up into foul territory with a lot of room in foul ground in this huge stadium of Cottrell Field. And he makes the play for out number 1.
Next up for the Clips, shortstop number 7, Kale Adamovich.
So now it's Kale Adamovich in for New London with Tenhaken over at first. And just 1 out in the inning. Here's the set from Mums. Runner goes above the zone for the ball. Throw down is not in time. A good chuck for Durant behind the dish, but a stolen base for Tenhaken as he's in scoring position and seeks to get the first run of the game. Here's the pitch from Mums. There's a high fly ball deep out to right field. Chasing back is Schwalbach, who makes the play. But meanwhile, Tenhaken's going to tag over to third, and he's in standing and a bag closer to getting the first run here today. But regardless, 2 outs
Third for first base
in the inning.
Braden Dorsey.
So pop out to the right fielder, Schwalbach, for the second out. Sends in Braden Dorsey for New London with Tenhaken at third. First pitch from Mums. Fouled back behind the dish with, again, that deep drop back. That'll be something to really keep a note on as you see any wild pitchers from either Mums or Chesky who get the start on the mound for both teams. Could see some stolen bases here tonight. 0-1 pitch on the way from Mums. Outside for ball one. Evens up the count. With Ten Haken over at third base. It was a 1-2-3 inning back in the top of the first, and now one in scoring position in the bottom of the first. Mums pitch a hot shot down the third baseline. It's going to score. Ten Haken. And Dorsey gets a big lead. He thought about second, but will scurry back to first, and it's going to go down as an RBI single for Braden Dorsey, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Clips.
Next up for the Clippers, catcher number 4, Parker Heisey.
So now we'll step in Parker Heisey, sitting at the 5-hole spot for New London, now with Braden Dorsey over at first. First pitch on the way from Mums. Outside and away for ball one. Low and away and a 1-0 count for Parker Heisey. Heisey, a second-team catcher all-conference in the Bay in the past school year for New London. 1-0 pitch. Missed it. 2-0 the count to Heisey. Behind the dish for the Clips defense today. Mum sets, checks the shoulder twice. Here's the 2-0. There's a high pop-up again, and that lots of room over there in foul ground. It's the first baseman, Otradovic, making the play for the final out of the inning. Not after the Clips add on one as they score the game's first run due to the RBI single from Braden Dorsey, and they lead 1-0 as we're through one complete. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Travel Leaders Discovery.
Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success, offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Welcome back to New London, Wisconsin. Here we're through one complete with the Clippers leading the Angels 1-0 here. Bear has the volume. Okay, thank you again to Mike from Zaleski Sports. As you see the 1-0 score on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. So we're through one complete, and the Clips defense looked to do what they did back in the top of the first, and it was a quick 1-2-3 inning. Kind of a longer count with McCoy Luno, but then make quick amends with the second and third out of the inning. So we're to the top of the second, and it'll be Carson Gates for the Angels, trying to get the Angels' first base runner of the game here in the top of the second as I update the score again. Top of two. Again, my first solo show here for Zaleski Sports. And great to have you along here from New London. It's the 1-0 pitch right down the third base line. It's in play, and the chuck down from Rice. Not in time. It was Dorsey off the bag, so it'll go down as an infield single for Dorsey. The E5 from Rice catches Dorsey off the bag, and the Angels have one aboard. It's a 1-0 score here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. Now the Angels have one aboard. It steps up Aiden Moss. First pitch on the way. Above the zone for ball one. One of the counts to Aiden Moss, shortstop today, with Carson Gates again over at first. One-0 pitch from Chesky. Way in the dirt, and a good stop from Heisey, but nevertheless it's going to be a stolen base for Gates. But could have been more if it was past him. That huge drop back here at Cottrell's Field at Hatton Memorial Stadium. So now it's Carson Gates aboard second with Moss up to hit, and he faces 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Chesky. Now he faces 3 straight balls and a good count for Moss of a 3-0 hitter's count. So he tries to get aboard with Gates over at second. And the Angels try to get back that 1 run. 3-0 pitch in there for strike number 1. Good response from Chesky. Rifles one down right the middle. Chesky from the stretch, 3-1. Just below the zone, and it's going to get Aiden Moss aboard first with the game's first walk. So now the Angels have 2 aboard here in the top of the second. It'll step up Carter Van Rossum, the left fielder today, with 2 aboard. As the Angels trail by 1 here on the Fox Valley Technical College scoreboard. First pitch on the way from Chesky. This one way ahead of it was Van Rossum for strike 1. Chesky had a good first inning here, and with 2 aboard, we'll see how he navigates through. No outs in the inning. Second pitch on the way. This one again, they're going to rifle down to second base, trying to check on Carson Gates, but he's in there standing. Chesky doing a nice job here attacking the zone early on Van Rossum. Faces an 0-2 count here in the top of the second. 2 aboard for the Angels, trailing 1-0. Oh, 2 in the dirt. Again, a good stop from Heisey behind the dish for tonight. Saves a few stolen bases. And the first ball of the at-bat with Van Rossum. Pitch on the way. In there for strike number 3. And the game's first strikeout for the first out here in the top of the second. Comes from Carter Van Rossum, the punch out from Chesky for the first out. And he'll step up Jack Hawk for the Angels now. Again with those 2 aboard. Gates over at second, Moss at first. And with 1 out in the inning, we'll see what Hawk can do for the Angels offense. First pitch from Chesky. Below the zone for ball number 1. Again, it was a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top of the second. Previously, the RBI single from Braden Dorsey in the cleanup spot got New London their first run of the contest here tonight. Here's a pitch and a hot shot right to the third baseman, Rice, who makes a nice play for the second out of the inning. Rice was on his toes, able to make the play, keep the runners where they're at. And quickly, there were 2 aboard to start the inning, but now 2 outs. And 2 put away here for the Clips defense. So now it's Evan Durant stepping in for the Angels. Again with those 2 aboard for Kaukauna. Trying to get back to 1 run. Here's a shot to the shortstop, Adamovich. Rifles it over to the first baseman, Dorsey, for the final out of the inning. So 2 aboard to start the inning, but they respond with 3 straight outs to send it to the bottom of the second. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. We welcome you to the bottom of the second here on Zaleski Sports. And with the game's first run was scored back in the bottom of the first by the New London Clippers. It was, let's see, Dorsey scoring the RBI single to score 10 Haken, and now it'll be Troy Dejanev leading it off for the Clips. And with Mums on the mound, giving up that one run in the previous inning. First pitch from him on the way. The ball outside here as the bottom of the second underway. Here from Cottrell Field at Hatton Memorial Stadium. Second pitch in there for strike one. 1-1 the count to Dejanev, the right fielder today for the Clips. 1-1 pitch from Mums. Way below the zone, gets past Durant. Thankfully, nobody on for New London. I talked about in that previous inning how it's going to be a big factor, that big drop back, a huge stadium here at Hatton Memorial. As I said in the pregame, 470 dead center. 2-1 pitch. Swinging strike number two, evens up the count. And we haven't seen too many long at-bats so far in this one. We're to the bottom of the second. Kind of the first at-bat with the Angels' McCoy Luna was longer, but here's a battle with Dejanev. Ball upstairs, full count on our first one of the night. Full count from Mums. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch on the way. Just missed the zone for ball four. So New London gets one aboard here. Troy Dejanev aboard first with a leadoff walk, and he'll step up.
Next up for the Clips, designated hitter number 9.
Jasper Selski for New London, the DH today, sitting at the 7-hole spot. First pitch above for ball one. So Clips get one aboard. They got Ten Haken aboard in the first inning off the air from the third baseman Gates. Off the bobble that started that bottom of the first. We have 2 balls here to start the at-bat with Selski. With Dejanev over at first with the leadoff walk. So he gets his lead by Otradovic over there for the Angels. 2-0 on the way. This is a high pop-up in the infield. It's called off by the shortstop Moss. Makes the routine play for the first out here in the bottom of the second. So the DH with a fly out to the shortstop Moss for the first out of the inning. Send it to the 8th spot with Darian Rice. Dejanev still aboard first with a leadoff walk. And Rice will make his debut at the plate today. A third baseman for tonight. Mums from the stretch. First pitch on the way. In there for strike one. Kind of looked like Rice thought it maybe was going to hit him, but came back and caught it in the zone for strike number one. A 1 pitch from Mums. This one chopped at, sent out to right field, opposite territory. Making the play is Schwalbach for the inning's second out. And it keeps Dejanev over at first. Good response from the Angels defense. The leadoff walk from Dejanev, but the pop-out from Selski and the pop-out from Rice. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Now we'll step in Dane Meyer. That one Ball one below the zone in the dirt. Danemeyer, the last hitter here in the complete Clippers lineup. Right fielder for today for their defense. Tries to keep this inning alive with 2 away. Mums sets from the stretch. Here's the 1-0. Just below the zone for ball 2. 2-0 count to Meyer. Van Rossum, Luno, and Schwalbach sit out left to right in the outfield for the Angels. 2-0. Inside for ball 3. Hitters count here 3-0. Mum tries to work back in this count. Not risk getting 2 aboard here with 2 away in the bottom of the second. Mum sets, checks the shoulder, 3-0. Upstairs for ball 4. 4-pitch walk here for the 4th bat of the inning of Dane Meyer. So 2 walks in the inning. It's Dejanev to lead it off, and there was Meyer. And the Clips have 2 aboard. So send it back to the top of the order with Logan Tenhaken, who got the bottom of the first, got aboard that air, and ended up scoring the game's first run. First pitch from Mums, well past Durant. There's going to be a stolen base each for Dejanev and Meyer. So it's a 1-0 count for Tenhaken. So now Mums deals with a 1-0 count. This one again past Durant, and on the way home to score, it's Dejanev, and the Clippers lead 2-0. Meanwhile, it's Meyer at third base now, back-to-back stolen bases, and Clippers add 1 more to their lead. So back-to-back wild pitches from Mums. It's a 2-0 count on Tenhaken. There's a good response pitch in there for strike 1. That'll be Mums from the windup here on the mound. With Meyer aboard third base. Pitch fouled away, out of play. Got a pretty big stands here for a huge stadium at Memorial Stadium at Cottrell Field in New London, Wisconsin. Here's the pitch. Outside. A 3-2 count here on Tenhaken. Good battle here with that runner in scoring position of Dane Meyer. Angels trying to keep this deficit where it's at. Full count for Mums. This one late decision to swing, fouled off of the right side, and the count will stay where it's at. And Tenhaken thankful to get a piece of it. Late decision to swing, but keeps the at-bat alive and the inning alive. Another full count pitch on the way from Mums. This one chopped at and sent right over the third baseman Gates' head out into shallow left field. It'll score Dane Meyer, and New London has a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. The RBI single from Logan Tenhaken. Got aboard at the air in the first, and then now the RBI single in the second. It'll be Brett Marquardt to make his second appearance at the plate today. First pitch on the way from Mums. One-0 count from Mums here against Brett Marquardt. 1-0 in there for strike number 1. 2 Marquardts on this New London team. You have Chase Marquardt and Brett Marquardt. Brett in the starting 10 for the Clips. 1-1 pitch from Mums. Runner goes past the catcher and on the way. Oh, he thought about third base, but it was Tenhaken, but he'll just be aboard second with a stolen base. But was looking eager to Hunt over to third, but no matter, still in scoring position as the Clips try to add on to this 3-0 lead here in the second. 2-1 pitch from Mums. This one well outside. Ball number 3. Mums recently kind of struggling to find the zone here. He's got to get back to his routine. Had a good stretch of batters back in that first inning, but has been a little inconsistent. 3-1 outside for ball number 4. And aboard first base, it's Brett Marquardt, and there's 2 aboard here for the Clippers with 2 outs in the inning and a little 2-out rally going as the New London Clippers lead 3-0. Third walk this inning for Mums. Here's the first pitch now to Kale Adamovich. Here's one pass over the head of the third baseman. Gates trying to catch Ten Haken lacking, but he'll end up scoring, and New London's got a 4-0 lead. Off the E2 from Durant. And Ten Haken gets the 4th run here for the Clips. Marquardt now aboard second, so runners still in scoring position. New London with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 pitch in there for strike number 1. Evens up the count. Mums has just got to get back into flow here and take the batter of Kale Adamovich by himself. Mums checks twice. Here's the 1-1. This one a hot shot down the third base line, and it's in play. Beautiful placement from Adamovich. It's going to score Marquardt, and the lead is 5-0 New London. RBI single for Kale Adamovich. And the Clips are 2 batters away from getting through the entire lineup here in the second. How about this? A 2-0 rally, too, in this inning. I mean, they got the second and third batters out due to the pop-out. And starting from Dane Meyer in the 9-hole spot now to Braden Dorsey in the 4-hole. It's been hot bats for New London. So we have a mound visit. We'll thank our sponsors here for tonight's game. Amplitel Technology, Boost IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit ampliteltech.com for a free consultation. We also thank our game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, and Bear Performance Marketing. Our 3 outstanding sponsors here for tonight's contest between the Kaukauna Angels and the New London Clippers. So now it's Braden Dorsey, who was a contributor to scoring the game's first run back in the first, as he looks at ball number 1. 1-0 count here to the cleanup hitter of Dorsey. First baseman today had that RBI single back in the first. That scored Logan Ten Haken. Here's the 1-0 count from Mums as the Adamovich goes over to second. But here's a high pop-up looking to drift over, take it in. Is Schwalbach, and the Angels get out of it, but not after the Clips add on 4 more here in the bottom of the second as we send it to the top of the third. We're through 2 complete, and it's New London 5, Kaukauna 0. You've been listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Travel Leaders Discovery.
We have some birthday wishes to deal out in the Huntley family tonight. We have
organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts. Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome you back to Cottrell Field here at Hatton Memorial Stadium. New London with a solid offensive outing so far in this one as we're through two complete only as they lead 5-0 as we enter the top of the third. Their defense looks to hold strong as they have all game long so far, but to lead it off for the Angels, it'll be the 9-hole hitter pitcher for today, Calvin Mums, who has struggled on the mound so far, but looks to have turn things around here at the plate. Chesky, solid job on the mound through two complete as first pitch well in the dirt for ball number one as we are underway here in the top of the third. And I want to thank Mike from Zaleski Sports for really getting me all set up. He even directed me to Hatton Memorial Stadium. I got a little lost and went to the opposite side of the park. A little confused. Hey, where's this big giant stadium I'm hearing about? But again, thank you, Mike, for all your help. Zaleski Sports, my third broadcast have been very, very welcoming and super friendly here as I'm blessed to have the opportunity to broadcast all these games for Kaukauna Legion Baseball this summer. No better team to do it, a team who won Division I back in the high school season this past year. The 2-1 dribbled here past the third base line for strike two. Forgot to fix the audio mic, so apologies. I've been having to do that after the ad, but I was just talking a lot about, I was thanking Mike for helping me set up, Mike from Zaleski Sports. But currently we have a 2-2 count here against Calvin Mums. He's there, he sends one off to the first base line. But I've been having to adjust our audio slider so fans at home can listen or hear what's happening. So apologies for, at least I caught it early in the inning. But Mums, a solid battle here against Chesky, who I mentioned having a solid 2 innings here on the mound. 2-2. Missed for ball 3. Not by much. And we got a full count. First one here in the top of the third. Good battle for the leadoff hitter of Calvin Mums. Full count pitch from Chesky. This one sent to the third baseman, Rice. Fields it, fires it over to Dorsey for the first out of the inning. So 5-3 for the 9-hole hitter, Calvin Mums. Like I said to begin the inning with a muted audio, struggling on the mound, tried to turn things around at the hit, but it's a ground out for the first out here in the third. Send it back to the top of the order with McCoy Luno. So he had a ground out to the second baseman for the game's first out. As here's a chopper to the shortstop, Adamovich. Sends it over to Dorsey for out number 2. So a battle for the first out, but a quick second out. As it's a ground out for Mums and a ground out for Luno. 5-3 for the first, 6-3 for the second. Sends up Chase Otradovic. 2-hole hitter. He also grounded out to Tenhaken back in the first. First pitch from Chesky in there for strike 1. Let's make sure to unmute the audio slider every time for commercials and so you guys can hear me at the beginning of innings. A 1 pitch. Missed for ball number 1. U.S. leading Bosnia and Herzegovina in the World Cup, if anyone also interested. I know we're watching baseball, but here's a grounder to Adamovich at the shortstop position. Sends it again to Dorsey, and back-to-back-to-back ground outs for a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Clippers defense. we will send it to the bottom of the third. The Clippers leading the Angels 5-0. You've been listening to and watching Zaleski Sports here, powered by Bear Performance Marketing.
Travel the world. Travel Leaders Discovery can help you get there. Beach vacations, family trips, cruises, romantic getaways, Disney vacations, U.S. travel and business travel. Travel Leaders Discovery, proudly helping families, couples, and businesses explore the world through all-inclusive trips of all kinds. Call them today in Green Bay, Appleton, and Sheboygan to create your memories for a lifetime.
Welcome you back to Cottrell Field here at Hatton Memorial Stadium in New London, Wisconsin. We're getting set for the bottom of the third. It's been an impressive showing so far for the New London Clippers here. They have 5 runs as we approach the bottom of the third. Their defense has been great, as you saw, 3-up, 3-down inning previously moments ago. And now they look to add on some more as they lead 5 here in the bottom of the third. Thank you for tuning along here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Miles Detroit, my third broadcast working for Zaleski Sports. And as I said, I'm muted in the past inning, but see a ball there to Parker Heisey. But honored to cover the Kaukauna Angels this summer as Division I state champions this past school year. We'll see what their summer team has in store. Here's a high pop-up, a direct shot over there to the center fielder, leaping play for Luno for the first out of the inning. So pop out to the center fielder. Luno will send up Dejanev, who had that leadoff walk back in the second. Clips nearly went through their complete lineup back in the previous inning. So there's a first pitch strike to Dejanev. 0-1 the count, with Mums still on the mound, looking to kind of settle in. He's been a little inconsistent to start, but just 5 runs here as we are in the bottom of the third. There's a pitch outside, evens up at 1-1. Troy Dejanev so able to get around the bases as well and really get that second inning going. That ended up scoring 4 back in the previous inning. Swinging strike number 2, 1-2 our count. Again, if you're tuning in, feel free to comment on the YouTube, and I'll try to get you a shout out as we move along. Here's the 1-2 from Mums. Well outside for ball number 2, making Durant stretch there behind the dish. It's been a few wild pitches from Mums in this one. They've gotten past Durant, caused some stolen bases and eventual runs. Here's the 2-2 count. This one again, as I say, gets past Durant. Outside. Went right through the mid of Durant. Evan Durant will be the senior in high school next year for Kaukauna. Looking to be a big contributor. Possibly Kaukauna look to go back-to-back. In there for strike number 3. And the first punch out for Mums of the game gets the first out here in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, as we have 2 outs. There's Dejanev strikes out. First pitch now to Selski. We got the second pitch on the way from Mums. Hot shot out there to shallow left center. And fielding it out there is Luno. And with 2 outs, Selski's aboard with a 2-out single. So Selski popped out back in the second to Moss, but is aboard with a 2-out single here in the third. It'll step up Darian Rice for the Clips. Mums from the stretch, sets, fires on over, checking on Selski at first in their standing. As the Clips add on to their already 5-0 lead. It was a 4-run second inning if you missed it. Now with one aboard here with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch, ball number 1. Rice popped out to the right fielder Schwalbach back in the second. 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch on the way from Mums. Again, well outside for ball number 2. And I've mentioned it, Mums kind of looking to just settle in here. He's been a bit inconsistent around the frame. He's from the stretch here and looks to get out of the inning with 2 away. 2-0. Well in the dirt and gets past again Durant, so it's going to be a stolen base for Selski. His first one of the day. Solid battle here with Darian Rice. A 3-0 hitter's count, though, and Mums tries to crawl back into it. .3-0 in there for strike number 1. As I mentioned, Mums trying to get back into this count. That'll help with the first strike of the at-bat. 3-1 to Darian Rice. Mums sets, checks twice. Here's the pitch. Well upstairs for ball 4. So Rice aboard first with a 2-out walk, and this is exactly how they scored their 4 runs with a little 2-out rally. And the Clips have 2 aboard here with 2 outs and looking to do the same as they did in the second. So now it brings in Dane Meyer, who with those 2 outs kind of got things going. He got a walk and was able to get around the bases. Big contributor to those 4 runs. So now it's a 1-0 to Meyer. Dane Meyer, the right fielder today. 2 aboard for the Clips. Pitch missing the zone for ball 2. Jack, I know I said, no, we're watching a baseball game, but I'm sure plenty want to be interested in the U.S. soccer game playing in the World Cup. They lead Bosnia and Herzegovina 1-0 in the 81st as there's one fouled off. For strike number 1. 2-1 the count here to Dane Meyer. With 2 aboard, 1 in scoring position for New London. They look to add on to the 5-run lead. Mums sets, 2-1 on the way. This one a high pop-up in the infield. Roaming under it is Moss. He's able to make the play for the final out of the inning. So New London cannot add on to their lead as they leave 2 on as we are through 3 complete here from New London, Wisconsin. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Amplitel Technologies.
Everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. It's a 5-0 lead for the New London Clippers, and it's Brady Schwalbach leading it off here in the top of the fourth for the Kaukauna Angels. Schwalbach popped out back to the left fielder Meyer. Back in the first, 0 for 1 on the day, and he'll start off the fourth here from Cottrell Field, as here's a high pop-up back to the left fielder Meyer, and he makes the play the same way as he got punched out the first time for out number 1 here in the fourth. First pitch swinging, and it's a quick first out here for the Clips defense, who has been great all game long so far. Let's see, they don't even have a hit yet in the column. It was Gates aboard the air, had the stolen base, but that's it. So yet to get a hit in this one. There's a first pitch strike now to Carson Gates, who, like I said, got aboard that air. Had the stolen base back to start off the second inning. There's one below the zone for ball 1. Clippers had a 4-run second inning. That is a big credit to their 5-0 lead here in the fourth, as we're through 3 complete. Pitch on the way from Chesky. Missed for ball 2. 2-0 now lead for the U.S. Great to see. It's here from New London. 2-1 count. Pitch in there for strike 2. So the U.S. takes on Bosnia Herzegovina. It's hard to say that name. Herzegovina. You have to spell it right, say it right. Pitch on the way from Chesky. Here's a high pop-up out to the center fielder, Morecourt. And he makes the play for the second out. Quick first out, quick second out. Brett Marcourt, excuse me, I knew I was saying that name wrong, makes the play out in center for out number 2. So still the Angels seek their first hit of the game. Now it's Aiden Moss with 2 outs trying to get it going. Here's a shot out to the left fielder Meyer. Able to make the play for the final out of the inning. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the New London Clippers defense. And we are through 4.5 here on Zaleski Sports. Powered by Bear Performance Marketing. We'll send it to the bottom of the fourth.
Want to save even more at Fleet Farm? Sign up for Fleet Rewards for exclusive offers and deals. Earn points every time you shop. 500 points gets you a $5 reward. It's free and easy to sign up, in-store or online. Plus, earn rewards even faster with the Fleet Rewards credit card. Get 4 times the points every time you use your Fleet Rewards credit card. Start shopping and start saving even more with Fleet Rewards at Fleet Farm.
That they need. Cobuson Buses hiring is the perfect job for me.
Cobuson Buses would like to thank all of our school bus drivers throughout the state of Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at cobuson.com.
Cobuson Buses hiring is the perfect job for me.
Welcome back to New London, Wisconsin. Here we're getting set for the bottom of the fourth, and leading it off for the Clips, who hold a 5-0 lead here as we're through 4.5. It's Logan Tenhaken who really got this game started in the bottom of the first, was able to score the game's first run and the only run of the first, and after that it was 4 runs in the second for the Clips, and that is how they lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. So we'll see if their offense can provide any more damage. And it's Max Hippis on for the Angels now, replacing Mums. Hippis will come off the bench and replace Mums, who really was just struggling from the get-go, really couldn't get a good rhythm going, was inconsistent. Had a batter put away, but then, gave up a hit or two, and so really couldn't just find his rhythm here today. So on the bottom of the fourth, it'll be Maxwell Hippis, the senior, and will be a freshman in college next year, going to take over on the mound for the A's. So we welcome you back to Cottrell Field. I'm Miles Detroit here, and you're listening to and watching Zaleski Sports. Bottom of the fourth, first pitch from Hippis on the way And it's low and in for ball number 1. Hippis' first pitch missing the frame. Second pitch from Maxwell on the way. Here's a hot shot out to center fielder Luno. Chasing back on it. He's able to track it down for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. So Tenhaken begins with a shot out to the center fielder McCoy Luno for the A's, but it's out number 1 here in the inning. I mentioned Tenhaken getting aboard through the air to start that bottom of the 1st was the game's first run, but also had that RBI single back in the 2nd. Their first pitch is a ball to Brett Marquardt with 1 out in the inning. Good start on the mound for Hippis and the Angels defense, trying to get back into this 5-run deficit. And there's a shot to shallow right field, and it's going to dribble to the right fielder Schwalbach, and it's a 1-out single for Brett Marquardt. So now it'll be Kale Adamovich, shortstop today for the Clips. Will step in at the 3-hole spot with Marquardt aboard first, with 1 out in the inning. As I said, the Clips trying to add on to their 5-run lead. Now from the stretch, Maxwell Hippis checks and delivers. Here's one below the zone, but caught the frame for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Adamovich. Adamovich also had an RBI single back in the 2nd, but then popped out to Schwalbach back in the 1st. As Hippis checks on Marquardt. Oh, 0-1 count to Kale Adamovich. 1 for 2 on the evening. Pitch from Hippis, fastball, but upstairs for ball 1. Again, I said Mum's just a little inconsistent through those 3 innings pitched. Just couldn't really find his rhythm. Hippis looks to take over. So there Durant checks on Marquardt over at first. Meanwhile, it's ball number 2 in the at-bat. 2-1 count to Adamovich. 1 aboard, 1 out in the inning. Angels look to add on some more insurance here in the 4th. Hippis sets, delivers. Fastball again, just pounding the zone there. That one for strike number 2. I think if you're Hippis, you keep going back to that fastball. I mean, Adamovich was way behind that one for the 2nd strike. Looking to put him away, 2-2. Just below for ball number 3. Full count here for the 2nd batter in the bottom of the 4th of Kale Adamovich. Hippis from the stretch, sets. Full count delivery. Low and in for ball 4. Really good battle there between Hippis and Adamovich, but it ends up with a full count walk, a 1-out walk. Now there's 2 aboard here with 1 away. And it'll step up Braden Dorsey, who was the sole reason the Clips got on the board in the 1st. The RBI single in the cleanup spot. And he is 1 for 2 on the day as he looks at a fastball first pitch, strike number 1. Again, we appreciate you tuning in here to Zaleski Sports. There's one. Out to the second baseman, a dribbler to Hawk. But able to beat it out, it was Braden Dorsey. So now bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th. With just 1 out, will step up Parker Heisey. I believe that will go down as an E4, I believe, for Hawk. Over at second. So now the base is loaded. It's Parker Heisey. Just 1 out in the inning. Heisey 0 for 2 on the day. There he pops one to the right fielder Schwalbach. And tagging On the play is Mark Ward, but not able to get the throw in time. Meanwhile, tagging as well, it's Adamovich. And staying at first, it's Braden Dorsey. So a sack fly for Parker Heisey, scores 1. As the Clips now lead 6-0. But now with 2 outs in the inning for the Angels. Hippis just giving up this 1 run, looking to get out of the inning with no more damage. But it's Troy Dejanev for the New London Clippers. He's got a 0 for 2 on the night. He had a walk back in the second and a looking strikeout back in the third for Mum's first and only, I believe, strikeout of the game. There's a first pitch in there for strike 1. So runners at the corners, 1 in scoring position. And a New London 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Hippis. Inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count with 2 away. New London's offense and defense, it's been a full showing here at home for the Clippers. Angels still seek their first base runner. So there's one fouled off over by the batter's box over there on the far right side on your screen. Kind of in the dark over there as the sun gets the set. Still pretty humid and hot here in New London, Wisconsin, though. It's been a hot past 2 days here in Wisconsin. This one gets past Durant. Wild pitch. It's going to score Cale Adamovich. Meanwhile, aboard second, it is Braden Dorsey. It's now a 7-0 lead for New London here in the bottom of the 4th. Two count as well as I get that updated. For everyone tuning in. 2-2 from Hippis. And a full count here with Dejanev and Hippis. Who will win the battle with Dorsey over at second. Pitch on the way. This one a hot shot to the third baseman. Gates fields it, sends it over to the first baseman, Otradovic, for the final out of the inning, but not after New London adding on some insurance as they lead 7-0 as we're through 4 complete. Can Kaukauna crawl into the deficit, or will it be New London taking home the home game victory here on the 1st of July? You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Travel Leaders Discovery.
Materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. We welcome you here to the top of the 5th, and leading it off for the A's, it'll be Carter Van Rossum. What a looking strikeout back in the second, 0 for 1. Going to change things around and get Kaukauna back into this game as they trail 7-0 as we're through 4 complete. It's been Chesky with a phenomenal outing on the mound. Although just 1 strikeout by the looks of it. His defense have made the plays. He's been pitching well, consistently finding the zone. There's a fastball in there for strike 1. Evens up the count. And Rossum looking to turn his night around. As Kaukana's still looking for their first hit as well. Double check here. They had the walk back for Moss in the second. But it's been all the defense. 3 up, 3 down innings consistently for this Clips defense. Here's the 1-2. This one a shot out to shallow right field, and there it is. Kaukauna on the hit column as it is Carter Van Rossum aboard first.
Base hit for Van Rossum. Next up, Jack Hawk.
But still the A's trail 7-0, but that'll start at a leadoff single for Carter Van Rossum. Now 1 for 2 on the night. And now it's Jack Hawk in for the A's. First pitch from Chesky. Fastball. Way behind it was Hawk for strike number 1. So it takes until the 5th inning for the Angels to get their first hit. Chesky had the no-hitter going. And it was Van Rossum thought about stealing the bag, but instead is going to walk back to first. He had the momentum going like he was going to steal, but then stopped in his tracks. Meanwhile, an 0-2 count from Chesky in the dirt. A great stop from Heisey behind the plate. Saves a stolen base. And a wild pitch. 1-2 count to Hawk. Jack Hawk, the second baseman today. Number 5 for the A's. Chesky from the stretch, sets, delivers. In there for strike number 3. First out of the inning after giving up the leadoff single. It's Jack Hawk with the swinging strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder number 9, Evan Durant.
So it's the catcher Evan Durant now in for the A's with that one aboard. The lone hit tonight for the Angels of Carter Van Rossum at first. A few checks from Chesky. It's the pitch in there for strike 1. Chesky just been great. Super consistent, attacking the zone all night. Second pitch to Durant. Van Rossum's going to send it over to second and gets over the head of the second baseman, Ten Haken. Thankfully, Brett Marquardt backing it up, and it'll keep Van Rossum at second base. Meanwhile, ball that was upstairs, I believe. So an evened up 1-1 count. One's across the board. 1 away, 1 aboard, 1-1 count. As Chesky sets, checks twice. The delivery in there for strike 2. It seems like just Chesky really got a good routine going. He just seems like he's flowing really nicely. He's consistent with his approach and his routine every time. You see there, he checks a few times. And a pitch that misses outside for ball 2. Evens up the count. Chesky's got a few to waste. As Van Rossum gets his lead over at second. Pitch from Chesky. Van Rossum goes, fire down to third base. They got the throw in time, and they gun him out at third base for the final out of the inning. The Clips defense stays phenomenal, although the Angels get their first hit of the game and first hit of the game. They can't do anything with it, and they trail 7-0 as we are through 5.5. You are listening to and watching Zaleski Sports, powered by Travel Leaders Discovery.
Competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. MegaSure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Cake. A half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, security health plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Welcome back to New London, Wisconsin. Here we welcome you to Hatton Memorial Stadium here at Cottrell Field. So we approach the 250th anniversary, the 4th of July weekend just around the corner. Wednesday night as we begin the month of July with American Legion Baseball. It's been a great game. Most importantly for the New London Clippers, just one hit for the Kaukauna Angels. Clips defense has been great. Chesky's been phenomenal on the mound. The hitting's been great all around. And now in the bottom of the fifth, it's going to be Jasper Selski looking to add some more on for the Clips. Why not, right? Here in the fifth, 7-hole hitter. 1 for 2 on the day. He had a single back in the third. We'll see what the fifth has in store for him. I'm Miles Detroit. Thank you for tuning in here. 10 concurrent viewers currently. Currently. And it's Hippis taking over back in that previous inning, as here is first pitch of the bottom of the fifth in there for strike number 1, and we are underway here in the bottom of the fifth. It's Jasper Selski, the DH. Like I said, 1 for 2 on the day. He also popped out to the shortstop Moss back in the second. Second pitch, missing, ball number 1, evens up the count. 1-1 with 0 outs as we begin the bottom of the fifth. Approaching 5 complete here in New London, Wisconsin. Third pitch upstairs for ball 2. Beautiful stadium here from New London. I said a few innings ago, 470 dead center with a nice rock wall surrounding the field. Is there a fastball in there for strike 2? We saw in the previous inning how great Hippis was utilizing that fastball, and I think he's got to just keep rocking that thing, keep going back to that. As here's the 2-2. He does go to the fastball, but just missed outside for ball 3. I think I saw a smirk from Hippis, too. He thought it was there. Hippis kind of moving with some pace. Full count. This one, fastball in there for strike number 3 for the first out of the inning. So Hippis begins the fifth with a swinging strikeout against Jasper Selski for the first out of the inning. And he'll step up Darian Rice, third baseman today. 0 for 2 on the day, including a walk back in the third. First pitch from Hippis. Inside for ball 1. Beautiful lights surrounding the stadium here today as well, as the sun begins to set. But I said it's still pretty humid out here, at least in the box. Not sure what it is outside, but again, we had a hot week, especially these past 2 days, getting up to the 90s across northeast Wisconsin. 2-0 from Hippis. In there for strike 1. Like I said, just going to that fastball. It's how he's been finding the inside of the frame. Here's the 2-1 from Maxwell. A late decision to pull the trigger was Darian Rice, and now he faces a 2-2. 2-2, bottom of the fifth, 1 out, no aboard, and a 7-0 lead for New London. Looking to put him away. Pitch from Hippis. Inside, nearly caught Rice, but now the first full count here in the bottom of the fifth. Again, Kaukauna just got their first hit of the game back in that previous inning, top of the fifth, with Carter Van Rossum, but not able to do anything with it. Full count from Hippis. Upstairs for ball number 4. Rice aboard first with the 1-out walk. Now it'll be at the 9-hole spot. Dane Meyer has had a solid game. He got a board with a walk in the second, but then popped out Tomas, 0 for 2, so but no matter, getting on the base and contributing to these 7 runs for the Clips. And we'll see what he can do back. We can see what he do in the fifth as Hippis checks on Rice aboard first base. So he gets a pretty large lead over at first. Hippis checking on him, but fires the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's in there for strike one. A 1 count to Dane Meyer with Darian Rice aboard first base. Hippis waves off the sign. He sets from the stretch and delivers. It's Rice stealing on over to second. They had the throw, but not the tag in time. And it was rushing in on it was the shortstop Moss, but just couldn't swipe the tag on and ply it onto Darian Rice, and he's aboard second with a stolen base. Meanwhile, the ball, back-to-back balls. They had the ball on the stolen base. Another ball here. So 2-1's our count with Rice aboard second. Hippis sets, delivers. In there for strike number 2. Two count with 1 away and a runner in scoring position of Darian Rice at second as Hippis going to check over on Rice. Season standing. He's gotten pretty big leads over at first before the stolen base, and then now here second. Meanwhile, 2-2 count to Dane Meyer. Pitch on the way from Hippis. This one a hot shot down the third base line, but foul. And the count stays where it's at. I want to thank our amazing game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, and Bear Performance Marketing. Thank you for supporting Zaleski Sports here in the American Legion baseball season. Pitch from Hippis. Low and away for ball 3, and we got another full count, the second one here at the bottom of the 5th. Good battle with Meyer and Hippis. Who will come out on top? Pitch on the way, fouled off right above us here at the press box. The count will stay where it's at. I said, I mean, the performance we've seen from Kaukauna hasn't looked like a team that won the Division I state championship back this past school year. But again, you know you're going to have these off nights where the offense just isn't popping. Full count from Hippis outside for ball number 4, and it's a big battle, but ends up for a walk for Dane Meyer, and there's 2 aboard with 1 away in the inning. So a runner at first of Dane Meyer, runner at second of Darian Rice, and sends it back to the top of the order with Logan Tenhaken. He's had a solid game and an RBI single in the second and ended up scoring. He got on board with the air back in the first and scored the game's first run in the first inning of action. 7-0 Clippers lead the Angels. Here's a hot shot out to shallow left center field. That's going to drop. Chasing in on it is Van Rossum. And coming in to score is Darian Rice. And aboard third base is Dane Meyer. Aboard second is Tenhaken. And it's an RBI double for the man leading it off for the Clips offense. All New London, nothing for Kaukauna here as they'll take a mound visit. And head coach Griffin Klein going to talk to his defense here and get things sorted out. Amplitel Technologies boosts IT and technology for businesses in Northeast Wisconsin and beyond. From help desk support to Wi-Fi and phone solutions, trust the experts at Amplitel. Visit ampliteltech.com for a free consultation. We appreciate you tuning in here to Zaleski Sports for what's been a great game, although Kaukauna has not a lot of things going for them. They've done a majority of what they can to try to keep this thing within margin. It's a 7-run lead in a game that it's just been dominating for New London, but just a 7-run margin, nothing that this school year Division I state champion Kaukauna team can crawl back from. So the defense will break. Hippis is going to stay on the mound for Kaukauna. So let's see, we can check the U.S. score. Full time, the U.S. taking down Bosnia Herzegovina 2-0. Goals in the 46th and 83rd. Great win for the U.S. They advance to the round of 16. They will play Belgium, I believe, who won that game. Yeah, Belgium scored off the PK in extra time, beating Senegal before the U.S. game. It was a great game. Again, I know we're watching baseball, but anyone who isn't tuning into the World Cup, get it every 4 years. A one pitch to Marquardt now, who's in for the Clippers. Good response from Hippus here after the mound visit. An 0-2 on Brett Marquardt. Third pitch on the way. Below the zone for ball one. Got runners at second and third for the Clips as they look to add on to this 8-0 lead. Sorry, I forgot to add the score. Again, my first time solo here on Zaleski Sports. Now it's a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way from Hippus. This one fouled back behind the plate. Count stays where it's at. London leading Kaukauna 8-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. With one out in the inning, two in scoring position for New London. See if they can add more damage. Pitch from Hippus. This one, the opposite ground, but foul. Over to that batting cage, if you see far on your screen, kind of in the darker area between those trees and the backdrop of your screen. Two-two. Late decision to swing. Well behind it was Brett Marquardt for the second out of the inning. Good response from Hippus after the mound visit with a punch out for his second strikeout of the day. Second swinging for the second out will step up Kale Adamovich. He's got a 1 for 3 on the day so far, including a RBI single back in the second, a walk in the fourth, and a pop out to Schwalbach in the first. Adamovich with a 1-0 count, missing for ball two. But it's been seen. Hippus has been a lot more consistent than Mums, who we saw start this game for Kaukauna. Pounding the zone with that fastball. It's been his best friend all night long. As they're fouling one off, it's Kale Adamovich. Shortstop for tonight. He's got plenty of action as, like I said, Kaukauna only with that one hit on the day. Been plenty of ground outs, pop outs, you name it. 2-1 pitch gets past the catcher Duran. It's going to score one. And New London leads 9-0. So Ten Haken now at third. It scored Dane Meyer moments ago. As Ten Haken gets a marginal lead at third. Here's a high pop up in the infield. Calling it off is the third baseman Gates for the final out of the inning. But New London adding two more, and it's 9-0 as we are through 5 complete here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you so much for watching. You've been listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, powered by Travel Leaders Discovery.
Marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Wisconsin for their safe driving. If you would like to make a difference in your community with a fun and rewarding part-time job, apply at Cobeson.com.
Cobeson Bus is hiring. It's the perfect job for me.
We're getting to the finish line here from Cottrell Field here at Hatton Memorial Stadium in New London, Wisconsin. As it's all New London here as they lead 9-0 as we're through 5 complete. It's just been dominating effort for the offense and the defense. Let's see. I believe it's still Chesky on the mound for the Clips. And we're going to have a new hitter in for the Angels. It's going to be Hippus in. We're obviously on the mound. So he will take over here in the 6th. First pitch from Chesky, and chasing on it is Hippus for strike number 1, and we are underway here in the top of the 6th. Says head coach Griffin Klein, confirms with London's head coach Jim Thorpe. And there is second pitch missing for ball number 1. Hippus leads off this top of the 6th. 1-1 pitch from Chesky, below the zone for ball 2. And we want to thank our game day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, and Bohr Performance Marketing. Thank you so much for sponsoring Zaleski Sports. There's a pitch missing for ball number 3. So Kaukauna looks to get aboard. Just again, their offense with the 1 hit, and it came from Carter Van Rossum to start the 5th. So it took them 4 innings to score that first hit, or to get that first hit and get aboard. Here's a high pop up to the left fielder Meyer, who makes the play for the first out of the inning. So good battle that looked to be in the favor of Hippus. He had 3-1 count, but there pops out to Meyer for the first out here in the 6th. Again, a new batter here for the Angels. Noah Ziemba going to come off the bench and hit for the A's with 1 out in the inning. And none aboard here in the 6th. So we're through 5 complete. First pitch from Chesky as Ziemba falls this one off. Ziemba had some solid minutes in the Saturday tournament I broadcasted in Wisconsin Rapids for Zaleski Sports. I don't know, I think he might have pitched as well, if I'm remembering correctly. There's a hot shot out to deep center field. Chasing out on it is Brett Marquardt for out number 2. So back-to-back pop-outs for the Clippers defense, and it's 2 outs now here in the 6th. So now it's Otradovic at the second hole spot. Has the 9-hole spot and the first hole spot as we get a rain coming down now just out of the blue. Coming down on the field. It just started kind of pouring. Didn't even seem like it. So you hear it and above us, possibly on my mic, but got a 2-0 count now to Chase Otradovic. Will continue as normal. We're really close to the finish line. You hate to see this one delayed. They likely just call it in the favor of New London. Here's a chopper sent to the pitcher. Is going to barehand it Chesky, but not in time. It goes down as an infield single for Chase Otradovic. Beats out the throw. As both teams are going to rush back to the dugouts. Are we going to wrap things up here? I'm not sure. Maybe just wait this one out. Maybe it's just a little storm cloud coming in. Oh, they are going to call it. All right. Well, final score after the rain just coming out of the blue and downpouring here at Hatton Memorial Stadium in New London, Wisconsin. The New London Clippers 9, the Kaukauna Angels 0. We will take a break, and coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. Final score, New London 9, Kaukauna 0. We'll step aside and break it down quickly and get you on your way as we approach 250th 4th of July weekend.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Final score here from New London, Wisconsin, here at Cottrell Field at Hatton Memorial Stadium in New London, Wisconsin. The rain is ending up victorious, but in the record books, it's the New London Clippers beating the Kaukauna Angels 9-0 before the rain catches up and ends this one early in the 6th. But from start to finish, it was the Clippers dominating the Angels. A lot to break down, but we'll get you on your way here as the Clippers victorious here against the Angels, 9-0. Thank you so much for watching Zaleski Sports. We want to thank our sponsors all for this one today. Scoreboard sponsor of Fox Valley Technical College, Game Day Graphic, Travel Leaders Discovery, and our three amazing Game Day sponsors, Travel Leaders Discovery, Amplitel Technologies, and Bear Performance Marketing, and with the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. This has been a presentation of American Legion Baseball here from New London, Wisconsin, and I'm Miles D. Troy, signing out. Have a good weekend and the rest of your week approaching the 4th of July.